having ever played the game, but I know one thing, they possess a lot of ability in order to control the soccer ball with their head.
Well, our producer tonight of this telecast, Kid Dahl out of Rogers High School, one of the supreme soccer players out of the Rogers system. And Memorial from the public schools has been very strong in the soccer program. Here's the throw in for Banks. For the West. And we've talked before about domination of different parts of the state for state championships. Wrestling being one where the western side of the state in Oklahoma has dominated that sport. I think in soccer it's pretty much even now. I think the East early did dominate the sport, but the West has certainly come back as far as teams go in state championships. It's been pretty even.
I would agree with you, Don. I think it's pretty much leveled out on soccer, and even though maybe the Allstate game could be dominated, but that's not necessarily the case throughout the levels.
Oh, there's a pull down by one of the East players. Number 10, I think Darren Chase out of Ponca City pulled down one of the West players. And so we'll have a foul here on the East.
Let's go, D, let's go!
Massive subs coming up with the East. Again, a hot day, 100 degrees to start. 10 more minutes left of this 1-1 tie. The West has had their chances here in the second half to try and grab the lead and have been unable to do so.
10 minutes approximately left in the game. The score is 1-1.
Pittman gets it out. Fine player out of Owasso. All right, here are the subs coming in. There you see them lined up for the West. Look at all of them ready for the East. That's probably, JV, a wise part on both coaches, because they can then either leave these subs in or bring back some of the guys they want to bring back the last few minutes of the game and have them rather fresh.
Well, a number of the East players that's going to be checking into the ball game actually started the ball game. Chris Reynolds, he started it. Brad Cleveland started it. He'll be checking back into the game, along with Pat Myers. And Don, maybe what Terry Celeste is doing, maybe he kept those out trying to get them as much rest as he possibly could, but it's hard from our observation to tell that there's a significantly dominant group that's on the field or on the bench, because they all are All-Staters.
One more blue, Al. One more. Coach.
You can hear the official there telling the East squad, you need one more player out here.
Well, the East would like a goal here and try and win their 4th in a row over the West in boys All-State soccer. Here's a kick down to Pittman. See how he handles it. We'll bring it out a ways. And in the previous 5 matches in the All-State action, the East has outscored the West by a total of 10 goals to 4. However, last year, that's a rather misleading figure, because going into last year, the East had just outscored the West 5-3 in the previous 4 matches, first 4 All-State matches. The East won last year, though, 5-1. Not the case now. It's 1-1. 6.5 minutes left, in the East with a center there. Nobody in front of the net. They're still going after it. Michael Liu had a shot at it, and that one cleared out nicely by the West and kept alive by Heath Simmons out of Choctaw. Taken back by Shaber. Liu will chase it along with Grant Hill from Memorial.
There was an opportunity there that the East had, Don. Had a pretty good opportunity, but some great defense in there collectively by the West squad.
And again, Terry Celeste of Union, the head coach for the East team. He's being assisted by Terry Strombeck of Sapulpa, who was the head coach, I believe, last year for the East team. Yeah,